All right. Well, hello, this is Pat Lynch, and you are listening to an extra special, one time only, Yap Sesh. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting partially there, but this is a Yap Sesh on all things Huckleberry. Now, originally I had a working title of it being Huckfest, but I'm worried that could be said somewhat wrong. And then all of a sudden it gets out, Pat Lynch is doing a Huckfest with several students. Not good. Not good at all. So we're going to stick with all things Huckleberry. With me, producer Jayson.
Hi.
Fumbling with white bread.
It's expired, but it's all right.
Expired white bread, no less.
It's only expired by like a couple hours.
And then the crack marketing team. Say hello, crack marketing team. Well, say your names. Come on, you want...
MK.
All right. And so we're all here to taste a whole bunch of different Huckleberry items. First, thank you so much to Pat Glisson. She's a listener of our podcast. She's also the aunt of Joseph Peel, a student here at the school. And
we also have to shout out another aunt, too.
Oh, yes. And
my aunt also wanted in on the fun. And so shout out to Nan, that's what we call her.
Hey, Nan.
She sent
hey there,
us.
girl.
Okay,
right.
Don't do that. That was ridiculous. She made us some very interesting items, so there we go.
Legal?
Just proceeds to cover the bag.
Yeah,
Are they legal?
It's like
Yeah.
the element of mystery.
Well, when you taste it, you're gonna think it's illegal.
All right,
because
so
how good it is.
let's see what we have. Okay, we have Huckleberry jam, Huckleberry jelly, Huckleberry taffy, Huckleberry chocolate. Yes, MK's dialed in on that. And then Huckleberry chai latte. Yeah, that you guys can take that away. Yeah. So here, why don't you guys get going on this, and then I'm going to get into some education, because that's what I do, all right?
I got to point out that the two things I like the most are the taffy and the chocolate.
All right.
Huckleberry chocolate is incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
so good.
Well, go ahead, and first you have to know that huckleberries often thrive in the Rocky Mountains, specifically Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana.
You guys have jalapenos?
No.
Okay, well then you guys are not going to be able to handle this. This is Huckleberry jalapeno. It's
I'm
Huckleberry jalapeno jam, by the way.
I'm
Wait,
a wimp.
oh man,
But
let's.
hey.
I'm a
This is a
wimp.
perfect segue because inside the bag I
Yes.
have a bag.
The bag.
And the reason why I put it in two bags was because they ripped. But
All right. Regular. All right.
hold on. No, this is the regular.
Wait, this is homemade?
Yes.
Ooh, man, yeah.
And then strawberry Huckleberry jam.
Well, nice.
So
Okay.
that's why I
Well.
brought bread.
We're going to get into some things as far as huckleberries, but also I wanted to focus on the great state of Montana.
Yes.
And Wyoming. You can't forget about Wyoming.
Okay, well, all right.
And Wyoming.
Sometimes.
Well,
Some very specific parts of Wyoming.
Yes.
well, go ahead, Sydney. Try some of the the homemade. All right,
My
so
mom's favorite is the Huckleberry taffy.
oh,
That's my mom's favorite.
you can. There's plenty of it. Take some home.
I will
Yeah.
gladly
I'm
take some to my
Yeah.
mom. She
All these
also watches
products
and
are also
listens.
made in
Shout out to my
Montana.
mom.
Okay, and where did the state name Montana come from?
It's Native American.
No.
No, really?
It comes from Spanish word montaña, roughly meaning mountainous.
Interesting.
I just figured all the
MK's
states up there.
impressed. Okay. What's the nickname of the great state of Montana? The Treasure State. Because it used to be big in mining. But what do people most commonly call it now? Starts with a big and it ends in sky country.
The big sky country.
Well done. All right, so there we
You
go.
guys, oh no, never mind. You guys haven't been to Big Sky.
Yeah.
Big Sky's pretty cool.
Not been to Big Sky.
All right.
I have been to Montana, but I have not been to Big
Have
Sky.
you been to
Yeah.
Yellowstone?
No, I've been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming many, many times. But every time we go, it is jam-packed with snow. So
Yeah.
Yellowstone is closed.
Oh
So
man.
I've never been
really?
I've never been to Yellowstone.
Well,
Yellowstone's
but-
awesome.
what
I've been
is
to Jackson Hole, Wyoming? many
what is the
times.
state bird of Montana?
No.
For sure.
Ooh.
It's probably an
A
eagle.
roadrunner.
A road they're close. Western meadowlark.
What?
The western meadowlark.
Whoa.
So there. What about the state animal? This might be an easy one.
It's a moose or bear.
Okay. Keep going.
I'm going for some kind of cat. Like, you know, like
Is it a mountain lion?
Yeah.
A grizzly bear.
Oh, that's weird. I would think that's for California.
All right. What is the state fruit of Montana?
Huckleberry.
You bet. Oh, she's on it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
It's like the only
Oh,
place
yeah.
you can get it. You might as well be like, that's our
Oh,
state thing.
seems chocolate. Do you have any, Sydney?
No, the taffy tastes like medicine as a kid.
What?
They flavor
Really?
it
You don't like the
great.
taffy?
Interesting.
What the heck?
Oh,
will-
it's filled with
Mhm.
huckleberry?
Yeah.
I thought the chocolate was made with huckleberry.
I will
So-
gladly take all the taffy to my mom.
Oh, all right.
Until I take it off.
Okay, the chocolate is better.
What?
What?
It tastes like the Valentine's one, though, that you was filled with berries.
Yeah.
You really don't like the taffy?
It tastes like great medicine as a kid.
Excellent. Well, nobody's going to try the jalapeno. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to brave it.
I'll try the strawberry huckleberry one.
Oh,
You want to try just Huckleberry?
Yeah, I'll try straight huckleberry.
Okay, hold up.
Our little pre-practice
I know.
snack.
Imagine I throw this up because it's so sweet and we run.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Purple throw up.
Good thing you brought a
Oh,
bunch of knives.
Sydney.
Oh, tell us more.
I think a huckleberry fin.
Huckleberry fin.
This takes me back to. I've not been to Jackson Hole in quite a few years. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
2020 the last time I went, and this just takes me back to like all of like the small shops that I just like walk around in
Yeah.
all the time, because I haven't skied out there in a really long time, just like with sports and stuff like that. I didn't want to risk getting hurt.
Yeah, but the,
And so me and my parents would like walk around all of like the small town shops and things like that, while my brother would go snowboard because that's like his main thing is snowboarding. And so I vividly remember this stationery shop that me and my parents stopped in like after we ate at this like cute little like small diner.
yeah.
And we also always go up to the top of the mountains to a place called Corbett's Cabin where they do homemade waffles, and you have to take like
Ooh.
the big giant gondola up to the top
Yeah.
to get there to eat them. And me and my family ride the gondola back down. My brother snowboards back down.
Right. Yeah.
And so this takes me back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is the best of strawberry.
All
That is
right.
really good.
Now,
That
one
one's-
one Huckleberry fun fact. What does it mean if somebody says, "You are my Huckleberry"?
You are my sunshine.
Keep
Is that
going.
the same thing?
No, it actually came from a movie, now I'm drawing a blank on the movie because I'm old. But no, if it's the saying that if you are my Huckleberry, you are someone I can count on.
Aw.
Yeah, you're dependable. You know, you have my back. That's so it's an old saying. So Jayson, you're my Huckleberry. You know, I say that. You know, that's
I feel
high
like you're
praise
chewing
indeed.
into a microphone.
I don't know, I'm doing ASMR.
Yeah, like real close.
Oh man, wow.
This is really good.
Which one? Oh,
The huckleberry strawberry one.
That's-
That's really good.
I love strawberry, though. All things strawberry.
yeah.
Me too.
man, we are. Oh, this. I like the jalapeno. See, I'm gonna be in.
Because the thing about Huckleberry is they're sweet, so then when you get something really hot with it, I feel like
Yeah.
it really.
It'll melt.
And
Well, I
Oh,
love,
yeah.
like, peach jalapeno
Yeah.
jams.
Oh, this is really good. So we have a home for the taffy. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
For the taffy.
For the ew.
My parents told me they're very excited for this segment to come out.
All right.
They
Well,
love Huckleberry.
this is. How did we even get there? What did it just pop up in conversation? And
Don't remember
I
how
think
we
we're
got
talking about food.
I
was
think we were
fo-
talking about, we were on our weird food combo
Mhm.
segment, and then Jayson said something about Huckleberry.
Well, all right. Now,
I never had Huckleberry.
was
They
that?
can- in Jackson Hole, there's also, like, at all, like, the ice cream shops
Mhm.
and things like that is Huckleberry ice cream.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I bet that would be good.
So Huckleberry ice cream,
Oh.
funny enough, they have a place. It's called Mark's In and Out in Livingston, Montana. It's like a 50s diner drive-in type of deal, like 50s burger joint. They use something called Tillamook ice cream. You can buy it. It's like a brand. It's an Oregon
Mhm.
brand, I believe.
Right.
And they do a very specific Huckleberry ice cream for the Montana region, and it is so good.
I bet. Oh yeah. Yeah. The chocolate's pretty darn good too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another piece.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
All
Have you
right.
tried the actual? That basically, literally, that jam is just straight Huckleberry.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just getting a sweeter Huckleberry.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You can thank my aunt for that.
She's a queen.
Shout
And it's
out.
out. Your aunt is. What's her first name?
Donna.
Donna. Thank you.
We always just called her Nan
Lamb.
because when my cousin was younger, he couldn't say Auntie Donna, so he goes, nah.
Well, I would say auntie. They're also don't.
Yeah. Well, there's something.
Aunt.
Yeah, it's aunt. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
aunt.
aunt.
It's
yeah,
aunt.
It's aunt, dude.
Not
Dude. Don't
He's weird. So
don't dude me.
Let's pick on Jayson
Okay,
for a while.
since we're gonna go to
how about Jeepers?
Jeepers! Woo!
what the f? That's the one JM always loves. JM, I'll walk by him and go,
Yeah.
what the f, dude? What the f? Because I would say that all the time when we were in Poland. Because I don't want to like cuss because we're outside
Yeah.
and they can speak English there, so I don't want to just be like it's not like they're. He was like, dude, they're not gonna understand you. I was like, it's Poland, bro. They speak English and they speak Polish. Like these people just walk around cussing. No. So I'd say what the f all the time, and they loved it. It was funny. We should
So-
joke about.
So JM was representing America well and dropping F bombs all over the
I'm
place.
sure he was.
Yeah. That's
That sounds like a jam thing to do.
Does JM actually listen to the podcast? Because I think we brought him up in almost every episode.
He's coming on Monday.
he's coming
next
on
week.
Monday.
I
yeah.
love that for him. What's coming on for?
It's a Poland recap.
It's-
Roddick wanted to do one.
Yeah.
He wanted to do one, so I said we'll just get it.
Yeah.
Roddick really wants to bring somebody else on, but who knows? We'll
Mystery guest.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
string together the clips of us talking about JM on the podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted
and yeah, put JM at the end.
see. So I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to
JM
do
reveal.
at the
yeah,
end.
yeah.
At
Just
the
a
end,
fond farewell.
At the end of the semester, like when our season's kind of wrapping up, I want to do like a best of series for everybody. So like best moments. So like best moments, funniest moments, stuff like that, or
Oh,
just whatever. I haven't figured it out yet, but that will definitely be one.
well,
Best jam moments.
yeah, but, and there's many. Yeah,
There
so-
are, and then we still have a whole episode of what he's going to say. So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
you could put that whole episode in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But no, since we were talking about
we'll put
Montana
a parental
stories,
warning
Yeah, well-
beforehand.
well, that's what I did. Well, Shoga wanted me to upload the student project to the KILT thing, and I said, well, some of them are like just not like they're like 18 plus, and he goes, whatever. He goes, just put a warning over it. I said, so I put 18 plus. I said viewer discretion is advised.
Seriously? I love it. Okay.
But okay, we can move on from talking about the problems of KILT.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying exploring you publishing questionable material, out there. And
Hey, if it says viewer discretion is advised, he's done his job.
Yeah,
Legally, he has done
Legally,
his job.
I've done my job.
Yeah. legally,
now,
he's
have
done
we
his
ever
job.
got all the temps in the studio yet, or is that still just a promise?
No.
Yeah, we got to do that. Yeah, I want to.
Do you know how many people have came up to me? And this is shout out to everybody
Yeah.
who's listening. Don't be afraid to do a podcast, because I've had like so many people come up to me and be like, I'm so excited to do a podcast. I want to do it. Give me your email. I do.
Right.
Never hear from. I've had at least like 60 people come up to me.
Yeah.
Not even kidding.
I remember who it was. There was somebody on our team who was like, I need to do a podcast episode. Oh, it was Sophie, Anna,
yeah,
Whitney.
I think they
We
need
have
to
3
do
girls
Bring
on the
them
team
on,
who would
yeah.
absolutely kill a podcast episode. And
Tell them.
that's what I told him. I told him to get in the studio, and I would gladly watch and listen to
They're
that
funny.
podcast episode.
Yeah,
They're
no, bring 'em.
so funny. They're so
Yeah,
funny.
don't let them be worried. I mean, obviously you can see with me being here, talent isn't a barrier. Just so you can get on and just wing it. But yeah, we got everything all set up, and we're gonna do an ethics class. They're all gonna do like
Gosh,
debates.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I still am waiting on that whenever that happens
Yeah.
at some point. So
Yeah, well, I'll let Dr. Buby know about getting a schedule put together.
Mhm.
I took ethics fall of 22
Yeah.
for communications.
you didn't get to do a podcast though.
Yeah, it's a requirement for communications
Mm-hmm.
is intro to ethics.
All right.
But you didn't do a podcast though.
No, I did not.
They're doing a podcast. It's kind of interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
And hearing everybody's like, it was cool because we were like hearing what everybody was gonna do for their like podcast about what was it, just about ethical stuff, and the amount. Funny enough, it's crazy. Seriously, Patrick would point and be like, what is your major? Oh, physical science
Yeah,
or
exercise
exercise
science.
science. Like back to back, I'm gonna do
Mhm.
something on exercise science, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna do exercise
Mhm.
science.
I would have
Yeah.
loved to have done a podcast episode for my final project for intro to ethics,
Yeah.
because our final paper was writing about ethical issues in like our major, and so I wrote about like, because there's tons of ethical issues in like journalism and
Right.
communications and things like that, so like writing it wasn't necessarily super hard, but I think like talking about it would have been so much fun, doing like a whole podcast episode on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where, Dr. Buby just wanted to give them a chance, and it's more of a conversation like we're doing
Mhm.
here, so it's not like
Yeah.
they have to write their paper and recite it,
Yeah.
and they can even have like
I
the other
guess.
person be the guest, take the opposite position, and they can almost
Oh.
do like
Like a
kind
little
of
debate.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think it could be pretty cool. Yeah, Jayson and I were wondering what all the ethical dilemmas are on exercise science. It's
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit, because most people who have to take intro to ethics are either exercise science majors
Really?
or communication studies majors, because you have to go through like all these like types of, trying to think of the best way to word this, because a lot of the people who are doing exercise science are going into like physical therapy or like
Right,
athletic
right.
training and things like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and there's like tons like what you can and can't do, especially like when working with like the opposite gender,
mm-hmm.
and just like
Oh, right,
and
yeah,
like because you're like literally handling somebody else's life and like handling like their rehab and things like that, and so you have to learn how to like ethically do that.
yeah.
And things
So
like
you
that.
you don't end up like that trainer at Michigan State or things
Yeah,
like that.
pretty much, yeah.
Which
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
was like
why.
the most egregious. Yeah.
So that's why exercise science majors have to take that.
Actually, my my marketing students are going to start having. They're not taking the course in ethics, but part of the IRB research process is they have ethics certification that you have to take before you do any questionnaires. And so I'm just learning about that, but I'll have to take it, and then so it's
Yeah.
all good. We're losing you, Sydney. You kind of
No.
no. All right, Sid. Here, what are you doing this summer, Sydney?
I'm working at a sailboat marina.
Sailboat.
Yeah, and you can stay there. They like have like cottages, and the marina. They just built a marina store. They just built like the wake club, so they got a restaurant and a bar now.
Yeah.
They have new owners, but I think they've owned it for like 3-4 years. There's our Sandy Suter.
All right.
Kurt Suter. Yeah, they're
Hey there,
great.
Sandy. Hey there,
Yeah.
Kurt. Yeah, I'm sure they're
They're
listeners.
great
Yeah.
people.
So you work the marine? Is it like just people have their boats and dock them, or is it? Do they rent them out or anything like that?
They do. and you can like take sailboat lessons, and there's like sailboat competitions.
Where are they set? What body of water are they sailing in?
Kentucky Lake.
Kentucky Lake. All right.
It's like the biggest man-made lake.
Oh, is it one of those?
a man-made lake?
Hmm.
Yeah. Is it like in the Cumberland, that whole Cumberland area that was part of the World War II? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law down in Florida belong to a thing called Freedom Boat Club, and it's real cool where you basically you don't own boats. You just you have like just a teeny like portion of it, and then you just have so many hours per month to go out and use it. So you can go fishing, or you can go just having have just knocking around, and it's so nice because being out on the water is great. It's the upkeep and and when things break and all that stuff. And so you a sailor?
No, but it's a really big tourist town. It's called Grand Rivers, and so
Yeah.
the place I work at is Lighthouse Landing.
All right.
Everybody comes to see the lighthouse and take pictures.
See the what?
The lighthouse.
Say that one more time.
Lighthouse?
Lighthouse.
The lighthouse.
Yeah, the
Lighthouse.
Yeah, the
Everybody comes around to see it.
lighthouse.
And then like Patty's, it's a big restaurant.
All right.
And they're like adding new restaurants all the time. Or like there's another marina called Green Turtle Bay, and they do yachts.
Green Turtle.
Yeah, they have the yacht club and stuff like that.
I'm still enjoying the Kentucky accent. That's so I'm just trying to enjoy the moment. MK's waiting for to jump in with a comment.
Our first Yap Sesh was comparing how the three of us say different
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
Needless to say, the way me and Sydney say some words
Like Lighthouse Landing.
was very different than
Yeah.
what Jayson says.
I don't even put the.
I say some words that are not even real sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but
Jayson was thoroughly engaged. He was actually watching the Masters on his phone.
I was watching the tee
Yeah,
off.
he's really, really engaged. I can tell by your Instagram stories you're very into the Masters right now.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I just wanted this. Tiger is just teeing off, so I wanted to see it because, it's Tiger. But, no. I honestly, I was engaged in it, but also, at the same time, like I'm like weirdly not caring who wins in a way.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of just like watching to watch in a little bit. The sports bettors are stupid. They don't know anything. So everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's gonna win, and this guy's gonna win, and here's why." And it's just like you guys are just as bad as the NFL and NBA guys. I mean, seriously, like Vegas says this guy is gonna win, and it's like Vegas doesn't ever win. So
It was 10 years ago. I got a chance to go to the Masters on this day. And,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a guy who worked for me, he just years and years before that they have a lottery, and he just put it, I don't know, like it's like some nominal amount, like $25 you enter the lottery, and he won it, and he got a pair of tickets basically for life.
Did you get to see Tiger Woods?
I did it, but I did a little different. What we did was walk all 18 holes. I didn't care about as much following a golfer. I wanted to see every hole because if you watch it on TV, it's like this magical place, and so I just where's Amen Corner, and so you stop and you soak it up. The opening tee, the 18th hole, all points in between. Have the $2.50 pimento cheese sandwich, and all that stuff. Oh yeah,
it's funny because it's still that much money. They still keep it. They've kept it the same price for like 30
forever.
years. So like 30 years ago, the sandwich was like almost kind of like, oh wow, I'm paying like $2.50. That's like, oh, it's kind of a joke, It's just a little sandwich, But now it's just like $2.50 for a sandwich.
And they wrap it in this wax paper. It's like almost like what your mom would give you for school lunch. It's like
Can't get past the pimento cheese.
That's a Southern thing.
I like pimento cheese.
Southern thing, yes.
Stand pimento cheese.
Especially on like a sandwich.
Now, is it menta cheese or?
Pimento cheese.
Yeah, pimenta. Yeah, it has an A. Yeah.
Pimento cheese.
Yeah,
It's got an A.
Oh no!
It's got an
My
A.
time in Atlanta, that's where I learned
got
to
an A.
love it. Oh,
Pimento cheese.
oh
It's
yeah.
delicious.
Let's see. What's the other words we add an A to the end? Pilla.
Yeah, pillow or like yellow.
Yeah, pilla.
Yeah. See, mine pillow.
Pilla.
Yeah. See, I got
Pillow?
Pillow.
Pillow.
The what? Pillow?
Pillow.
Oh, that's no.
It's a northern thing.
That's my.
No.
Blame my parents, they're from New York, yeah.
The I and E is
Yeah.
the whole point of that accent. The Northwesterner accent, like the Midwestern, Northern.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Ooh.
There's classes that you can take on like speech learning and like how this is for actors usually for people who want to learn how to do like a role. Like I'm gonna be doing a Southern guy. What would be the main tropes of a Southern person's accent? How do they talk? It's the same for the Northern, and that's the one that they always say. If you can do that right, it doesn't really matter about the rest of it, because a lot of the Northern states speak different anyway. So be like, oh, I don't actually know how they speak, so I don't care.
Who's that guy with the goatee and glasses? The Actors Guild show.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
even know. I was immediately thinking of Che Guevara.
No, it's this
I
guy.
was too.
Yeah, it's this guy that it was like on public TV, and it's like, and Jayson, tell us your how do you get into character?
Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf style.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf will go like, it's terrible. Nobody would cast him for roles. Well, I mean, he also like killed a dog or something like that. But nobody wanted to cast him for roles because he would get like so into the method acting of like getting
Yeah.
into the character that it was unbearable. He played like a trailer park guy, like some trashy guy for a movie, and he didn't shower for like 4 months.
Oh, brother.
And it was they said that you could smell him from like you'd walk into the same room where they were shooting a scene, and it was just like you could smell it instantly. And even after like the director is like, hey, take a shower, he like it's like, this is the role I'm going in. I have to be like this. He did it for Holes too. Even as a kid, he did the same thing for Holes. He didn't shower.
Oh, yeah.
He did the same like.
I think this is
Being
an
a-
excuse to be dirty.
Well, no. He
There you
also
go.
like
Yeah.
talks like his character though too. Like he would talk to the people on set like he was in character.
Right.
So like when he was playing that trailer park guy, he was like really verbally abusive to them. He's like, but it's because I'm in character. So
I think that sounds like an excuse.
it's
to get
excuses.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
There
but-
you are, and there you have
Bleep
it.
that out.
We'll put one of those warnings before it, now.
Put like the SpongeBob dolphin sound over it for the sentence enhancers.
Now, were you of the age with SpongeBob? Did
Oh
you-
yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely.
Yeah.
They also just announced today that they're coming out with a new SpongeBob movie,
Yeah.
December 19th, 2025.
Okay.
So
So kind of get you to relive
Yes, Sydney and I
Oh,
have had this conversation before.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
There should
SpongeBob
be
girl.
A study on how much
For
you
life.
can remember about SpongeBob.
Hey, me and Martel did a thing where we deep dived into finding the ethics of SpongeBob and philosophy, and we found somebody who did a book on it. By the way,
Wow.
You're good.
So
Why not?
You're good.
No, the amount of times I'll look at Sydney and like if I'm like carrying something backwards at
Right.
softball, I'll go backing up,
Yeah.
backing up,
You're
and then
good.
you're good.
And then
You're
like, the whole
good.
ship is
It's
just
like scraping the side. You're good.
And then next year's the movie.
Yep.
All
And
right.
then
it's gonna have
another one
Keanu
of my
Reeves in
personal
it.
favorites is just the "Who are you people?"
Yeah.
I say that one a lot.
Hi, Kevin.
I
I love that one.
do that all
Yeah.
the time. It's
I-
so my leg.
Yep.
Anytime like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
my leg is hurting, well, because like if I come in from like the gym or something
Mhm.
like that, I'll look at my mom and go, "Oh, my leg's hurting." She'll go, "Say it right," and I'll have to go, "My leg."
I had to sleep
It's so
through a lot of
funny.
that with my.
I like
That
this
daughter.
mad snail disease.
Mad snail disease. My favorite is of course the Band Geek episode. Either Band Geeks, the mini golf episode's a good one, or Bubble Buddy.
All right.
The one that's like, my friend's in there.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Now, was the Disney Channel also a thing with you guys?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Nickelodeon, live action Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Now knowing all that about Nickelodeon.
Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah.
It's not like now knowing all of that. We've known all of that. It's just like
My,
people.
my personal favorite was the Amanda Show.
Yeah.
I loved with a
I like
passion.
Zoe 101.
Zoe 101 was great. I loved Victoria, so I thought that was like
Mine
his
was
peak show.
mine was iCarly.
Yeah,
iCarly was my peak.
iCarly
my
was
peak
kinda-
show.
Yep.
Oh,
I love
and,
Sam,
and Drake and Josh.
Mine was
Drake
Hannah
and
Montana.
Josh, yeah.
which Drake is also kind of a.
He's come back now.
No,
yeah.
He's changed his ways.
Yeah,
a
my
little
daughter
bit.
was crushing on the Drake, like
Yeah,
hard,
until
yeah,
and
she
then
was,
like
that was
2017 rolled around and everybody like found out all this stuff about how he's just like kind of a weird person.
yeah. Well, that happens with a lot of
But-
child, kind of
Like
child.
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
That poor girl
Mhm.
Yeah, she kind of
went off the rails, unfortunately.
Yeah.
she's kind of walking around like a whole face full of tats and stuff and shaved head. Yeah,
That's just
Yeah.
kind of the common thing though for like Disney in particular.
that's kind of my next step. So yeah,
If you've noticed, like that's kind of the only way to get out of Disney. So that's kind of like
face tat.
No,
Because
hold on.
there's like the Disney way.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's like it's
Yeah.
like a conspiracy. It's not like one of the
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
conspiracies, but there's like a conspiracy that like Disney has the contract set up so specifically tight that it's almost impossible to get out of them.
Yeah.
And there's very long too. So like they could be career ending because Disney contracts could go for so long that they won't let you do other roles because they're not Disney roles.
Yeah.
And so what a lot of times what actors and people do, like Miley Cyrus and who was the girl from Liv and Maddie,
Dove Cameron.
Dove Cameron, they specifically act out and do stuff that they don't really want to do, but it's the only way to ruin their brand,
Right.
so Disney will drop them from
Yeah.
their contract.
And
That was kind of the only way. And if you notice, I mean, that's exactly what happened with Miley Cyrus. She went like, everybody's like, oh, she's off the rails. And then as soon as like Disney dropped her from her contract, she like,
They
Came
can
back
never
to-
make me hate Miley Cyrus. If
Yeah.
She has
She
no
just
fans,
won.
I'm dead.
She just won her first Grammy.
She did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, there. Yeah, because that remember Jack Wells when we were
Yeah.
my nephew, he went in spent a couple years in that bubble in LA trying to be a child actor.
Yeah. Hung out with Josh Hutcherson and
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, and it was like they were in this apartment complex that was basically all moms with their with all sons and daughters that were trying to get into the business, and so every day would be some homeschooling and then going off to audition for whatever, and they'd come back and I was going for this commercial, I was going for this pilot, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And it scared the daylights out of me because you think about where you are like
Mm-hmm.
13, 14, and you're getting all this rejection.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's just
My freshman year, there was a guy in my economics class who was a child actor.
Yeah.
He was on the wrestling team. He transferred after that first semester, but we found the commercial that he was in. It was like a 2008 Coke commercial
Yeah.
with James Corden and
okay.
oh crap, I forgot who it was. I don't remember who else it was, but it was like a pretty big celebrity, and
Yeah.
we found it, and it was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
And and then he was also in like some movie with like Will Smith. It was a very like minor role,
Sure.
but yeah, we looked it up, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. Look at him. He's
the kid from Star Wars who played little Anakin.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went. It was because it was bad because he already apparently had schizophrenia
Oh wow.
and nobody like knew it. And when he was younger, it didn't really affect him. But when he got like 14, 15, like he started having like all these mental problems, and people would come up to him and tell him like, "Oh, I hated the first movie of Star Wars," and it would because Star Wars fans were terrible back then.
Yeah.
And so everybody was and thinking about what that did to him, it completely like ruined him. And so like he like it just made all of his like schizophrenia even worse, and he thought everybody was like out to get him.
Yeah.
And so like
Wow.
he went like down a terrible path. I think he's like in jail or something like that, and it's like really sad.
Gosh.
But yeah, that's like what happens to a lot of those child actors because it's like people blame, specifically in Star Wars, because like everybody blames the actors for like something that wasn't like, first off, it wasn't even that bad, but then like second off, blaming them for something that they weren't in control of. Like they weren't in, he was like, what, 8 years old? He couldn't been like, George Lucas, I don't like this script.
Mhm.
You're 8. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Just act. There's the money, like it's
Yeah.
terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, you know what? We may be talked out,
Yeah.
but I'll let I'll let our two on the marketing team. You think we're talked out or not?
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, one more thing actually.
That's definitive. So okay. Well, then we're gonna make a ruling. But before you said there's one more thing.
one more thing.
One more thing.
I have an idea, and in this, I want this to be on camera, so let this be known. For marketing,
Okay.
I want to try like brain rot marketing. Specifically, like with the
Getting
the
more
Subway
scared by the moment.
Surfers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so
Brain rot.
so
marketing.
like there's this like TikTok thing. And it's been around forever, but basically where it's like in theory, if you can overstimulate, it will push through the algorithm. So like putting like the episode of the podcast up here, right? And then down here putting like the Subway
yes, I have
Surfers.
seen those where people will do like clips from like a TV show,
Show.
but then across the bottom they're like
Yeah.
making a cake or something.
Yeah, and they'll do that, and then they'll put like the entire like what's it called, like the captions over top of the video, so it forces you to watch the video. But the video also, because of, I don't know why it does, but TikTok pushes that. I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to
Let's
see how
do
many
it.
views it actually gets, because
Okay.
Yeah.
Because our videos for like the amount of followers we have actually get like a decent amount of
Yeah,
views.
they do.
They get like
Yeah.
they're averaging like 1,000 to 2,000 views
yeah,
There-
most of the time. So
let's do it. Yeah. Brain rot marketing.
yeah, that's that I might have coined that
Might
term.
get on the hit list of the Chinese government, but who cares?
we'll try it.
All right.
We'll try it.
All right. Well, then, I tried one failed attempt at wrapping this up. What about the second one?
I'm
What
finished.
say ye, Jason?
I'm finished.
You are finished. All right.
Huckleberries were good, so everything was good.
Berries were-
Can I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
A motion
I
to close
second.
SGA meetings very frequently. I'm all about motions.
Closure. All right. And with that, thank you for another special session of the Career Pathways podcast, Yap Session, all things Huckleberry. One last thanks to Jason's aunt.
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 I had to go full on.
Mammoth.
And Pat Glisson, thank you also for all the wonderful things. And MK's still eyeing all that taffy, and she's going to be an all-star at home when she brings it. So once again, keep listening to us, and thank you for joining this podcast. Take care.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Lyon College and by KILT Studios.